Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Go! Now let's talk.
What's going on, my visionary dreamers? How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is your girl, ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are tuned in to the Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary folk doing a damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is, it's not over until it's over. But before we get into the show, I was so excited to be back last week. I don't even think I got a chance to just thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for just following along, sharing the show, always coming back. There's a lot of shows here, so I know maybe some got all of them. And if you did, man, thank you. I so appreciate you. But if you skip shows and you just came back, I appreciate you even more. And if you're a new listener, I appreciate you too. I appreciate everybody. I just love you guys. And I so am giving you a virtual hug and kiss from afar. And the show would not be here without you. I'm at episode 193. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? 3 years in, I didn't get a chance to really do an anniversary show because I had a loved one that was in need, and, sometimes that gotta come first, depending on the loved one and depending, Anyway, I just love you guys. And this topic today, and catch me on, to follow me and keep up with me, IG, Facebook, YouTube, all Chronicles of Living without the G, Livin, okay? And ADionne, your dream pusher .website. That's the website. Catch everything, okay? So let's get started. It's not over until it's over, guys. Coming back after this long little break. If you're a newcomer, I took a little, maybe 2 months hiatus, and I've been talking to people, and right now, just in case you listen to the show in the future, we are still in this whole pandemic. I'm not going to give it too much energy, but I've had conversations with different, homegirls, homeboys, my loved ones, and they were sharing different stories of different people they might know that have been through different things. And one of the stories that someone shared with me this week was one of their homegirls had lost their husband. And if she's listening, I definitely want to just send you light, love, and joy. And just know it's not over until it's over. And God is definitely there for you. Just know that, embrace that. And your husband is always going to be there for you. So I'm just going to send that love on out there before I share the story. But her husband had committed suicide. Now, no one knows why. That's how I heard the story. But with that story being shared, I've read up on a lot of people. Now, I'm not going to say a lot of people. There have been people that decided to take their life during this pandemic. And maybe it's because they think it's over. Maybe it's because, they have lost hope. Maybe it's because they don't see any way out. And even I'm talking to you, my visionary dreamers. You have a dream, you have a vision, you have a goal that for some reason is not coming to fruition, or it just doesn't make sense to you anymore. You facing a lot of struggles and a lot of obstacles every time you move forward. Like I was talking on the show last week, you move forward and all of a sudden it's three steps back. You know what I mean? It is not over until it's over. And what I mean by that is until the nail is in your coffin, until the dirt is over you, because you could just come back to life. If Jesus did it, who knows? You know what I mean? The thing is this. You have to have that mentality. You have to know that things are going to come your way, that you just don't overstand. It's just, there's no explanation in your eyes, in your thought process, in your mindset. There's no explanation for something drastic happening out of nowhere. From my understanding, my friend's homegirl was happy, and please, just know, like I said, this show is for people that's going through situations like that. Not just like that, but just situations you just in your mind, you in your head, you talking yourself out of your blessings, you talking yourself out of miracles that God wants to bring your way. That's what this show is all about, Chronicles of Livin, the past, the present, the future. Sometimes we do have to look at the past to kind of see how we want our future to look. Sometimes, all the time, we need to be in the present to enjoy and to appreciate and to have gratitude for the present. You hear what I'm saying? Because the more gratitude we have, then the more open and receptive we are to receive more blessings in our lives. But when we get in our head and we start talking about it, we start reminiscing on past failures, past mistakes, past disappointments, whether it was we made it, whether it was people that disappointed us, however it came to you. When we start reflecting and constantly thinking on that, that's when you start getting into that state of mind that it's over. That's when you start getting in a state of mind that it can't get no better than this. When it is. It can. And I guarantee you, if you look at your life and I hate to say it this way, but if you look at someone else's life, you will start realizing that you are better off. You get what I'm saying? There are things going on in this world that's, beyond some of our control. There's so many things that's like evil going on in this world. And if you are sitting there and you have a chance to change your life, you actually have the power to change your life. You have the opportunity to change your life. And that opportunity is facing you in the face, or maybe the person or people that can help you, but you allow your mindset to stay in a comfort zone, to stay in a hole like I'm not enough. I don't know enough. I don't have the right resources. I don't have enough money. All of those things that you can talk yourself out of a blessing that God has placed right in front of you. The people, the places, the things that can take you to the next level, that can take your life and just do a 360 with it. That's what we got to do. You know what? I listen to motivational people as well, of course, to keep myself motivated, to keep myself encouraged and inspired, so that I can have the energy, and my energy is up to come on here and speak to you guys. You know what I mean? But I was listening to a video today, and I remember it was TD Jakes said, he was talking on about how we get in our own head because of what other people think about us, what other people say about us, and everybody else's opinion. And he said, and I just thought this was so profound, he said, it's not what other people think about you, but it's what you think about you. So I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, what do you think about you? And if you come up with answers that everybody else told you about you, then you need to go back to the drawing board, and you need to start writing out the things that you know that you're capable of, the dreams that you have allowed to fall to the wayside because of what everybody else told you that you can't do. Everybody else told you who you was because of their perception of you, because of maybe the way you might have acted, in the past, and then you're changed, and people want to hold you to that old person. You know what I'm saying? I know people say, oh, people can't change, but it's people, when people want to change, they can change. I know this for a fact because I look at my journey. I look at where I came from my mindset to now. I can look back at my past and say, good job, ADionne. Good job, girl. You doing the damn thing. I can see the changes in my life and how I push forward through each obstacle, through each challenge, through each time I fell back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying fell as in FAIL. I'm saying, just I fell back. You know what I mean? I was falling back, and then I had to get back up, and then I had to regroup myself. I had to renew, reclaim, and transform my life. Different ways each time. Every time it's not gonna work out, the way you want it. Because if every time something happens that cause you to have a tower moment in your life, that you can just go and pick up the pieces the same way, how are you gonna learn different ways to problem solve? This is the reason why the obstacles come. This is the reason why the tower moments come, because sometimes we could get so comfortable in our life, and God is like, you know what? Okay, you just a little too comfortable right now. I'm about to shake some things up. That's how I feel. As far as when I look at my life, I be like, dang, God, I was just chilling. Why you gotta mess with me right now? I'm chilling. I ain't messing with nobody. You know what I mean? And I know that if I feel that way, I'm sure that a lot of people out there, when tower moments come unexpectedly, that you feel the same way. Like, why are you picking on me? Go pick on John over there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do good. So, but we got to realize, like I said, it is not over until it's over. So I'm going to share some stories with y'all. Y'all know I like to share little stories, but and I don't know what kind of, I don't know. Well, I'm just going to go there. So I'm going to go off Donald Trump. Now, some of y'all like him, some of y'all don't. Some of y'all hate him, some of y'all, listen. The one thing I can say about this man is he is resilient. I can't even take that from him. Nobody could take that from him. This is a man that has filed bankruptcy 6 times. Look, some people dread filing 1 time. This man did it 6 times. It was like, listen, I'm about that life. Listen, I'm going to file this thing 1 more time. Y'all going to give it to me. And that way I can save all my properties and all my stuff. He filed 6 times. I think when I was reading, it was from 91 to like 2006 or something like that. Within that time frame, what is that, like 6-7 years or something like that? He filed bankruptcy 6 times. And then, now this man is the freaking president. Now, how is it that we as people can sit up here and want to give up on our dreams and our visions, when this is a man that people is just coming at his neck? You know what I mean? Everybody talk about him. Yeah, he go on his little kitty rants and on social media, but nevertheless, this man don't fold. He don't care what y'all say about him. He don't. He's still doing the damn thing the best way he can in his eyes. I'm going to say it that way. Listen, I ain't telling y'all I'm for the man. I'm not for the man. I don't want y'all, banning my podcast. But I'm just saying to y'all, this man, if we took on that type of mentality, not in a bad way. Now, let me clean that up. But I'm talking about the mentality of, listen, I got some stuff that's happening in my life that ain't going right, and I'm going to fix it this way. But I'm not giving up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving up. I believe in me. I believe in me no matter what anybody else believes, no matter what anybody else says. This man had his show, his reality show and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. I'm not saying, oh, look at him as a role model. What I'm saying is, look at his work ethic. Not in the work ethic in the way, I got to keep cleaning it up. I got to keep cleaning it up. I'm talking about Donald Trump. Not the work ethic that you don't agree with, but the point of not giving up. That part. Okay? When you look at somebody like, I was looking up different celebrities that lost it all and then came back. Somebody like George Foreman, the boxer. He used to be a boxer. And he almost went bankrupt or whatever. And from what I was reading, something about $5,000 kind of saved him or whatever like that. I might have it a little bit wrong. But the bottom line, he went to the bottom and then came back up with the Foreman grill. Bam! In your face. How many people out there got a Foreman grill? Or used to have one? I know I did. That was my son's little cooking. That's how I taught him how to cook. Being a single mom, I'm used to saute the meats and everything, put them in the refrigerator, go to work or whatever. Be like, listen, when you get home from school, you want to cook this, just put it on a Foreman grill. I knew he couldn't burn the house up. It was a safe grill. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? So this is a man that was a legend in boxing. Everybody knew him from that. And he did not allow what was going on in his life to take him under. He was on some, it's not over until it's over. I'm about to make a Foreman grill. And don't he have a clothing line too? I think he got a clothing line, if I'm not mistaken. But he came back on a whole different angle. Nobody, who would have thought this man knocking, I wanted to say something else, but knocking dudes out would come up with a Foreman grill. Really? That would have never crossed your mind, I'm sure. So I say, like, when you look at that situation, sometimes when God gives you a tower moment, sometimes it could mean that it's time for something new. It's time for you to go at something in a whole new direction. You know what I'm saying? Something that you would never think that you were capable of. And this is the part of the courage, the confidence, the I am enough, picking up the pieces when you have losses in your life, like, the young lady. And she may look at that as a loss, but if she focus on the good from that relationship, focus on what she gained from that relationship, from him, from the man, focused on how it changed her internally as a person. When we start focusing on things like that and being grateful to God for allowing certain people to be in our lives at certain times and certain seasons and acknowledge that part, we could start healing. We could start feeling better. Rather, the relationship is over in whichever kind of way, or rather it's just like, rather ended bad or good. You get what I'm saying? The bottom line is relationships are here to teach us about us. That's what I keep telling y'all. People think that when things go wrong, that it was a waste of your time. It's never a waste of your time. As long as you are willing to learn what is it and reflect, what is it that I got out of this situation? What is it that I got out of the situation far as me going after a dream, a vision, a goal that it just came tumbling down? Or what is it that I got out of a relationship, a friendship, or, intimate relationship, or a family friendship, whatever, that just didn't really pan out or had some issues or whatever like that? How did I grow from it internally, spiritually? How did my soul grow from that experience? These are the things that we have to focus on, guys. I was looking at Martha Stewart. Now, everybody know Martha Stewart. You've been in Walmart. You know who Martha Stewart is. This lady got locked up, went to jail for real. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that Martha Stewart going to jail. She did her time. I don't remember how many years. I think it was like 5 years or something like that. She did her time and came back out better and hotter. Got Snoop Dogg down with her. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg? Who would think something like that? She done came out, flipped the whole game, you know? Now, more African American, I'll say it that way, more African American people know who Martha Stewart is that would have never known who she was before she went to jail. They like, she bout it. You know what I mean? So we got to look at situations like that. Like, look at these people making comebacks. And yeah, you might say, oh, ADionne, you know, these people have money. And well, that's even worse to me. Because if you already had that life that a lot of people are striving for, you already was living the good life and having money at your disposal and having people just, you know, kind of at your beck and call, whatever like that. And then all of a sudden you just lose it all, bam, just like that. I would think that would be a little bit more depressing. I'll be honest. Because, I mean, think about Martha Stewart sitting in jail. Come on. Like, for real. And I'm sure she had the easy jail, but I'm just saying. Still, she couldn't just go and do what she wanted to do. It was stripped from her. You know what I mean? And she had to do that for some years. It wasn't like 5 months or whatever. She had to do it for some years. She had to know what that felt like to be restricted, to be told what time to get up, what time to go to bed, what time. She had to go back to a whole, she had to not go back, she had to go into a whole lifestyle that she had no knowledge of. She had to walk into the unknown. She had to come out of her comfort zone. You get what I'm saying? In other words, forcefully. And so when I think about that, we right now are living, I was talking about this on one of my other shows before I took my hiatus. Right now, where we're at is we are living in a time of forceful change. It's almost like in some people's mind, you don't have control over what's going on, but actually you do. Actually you do. If you decide to. See, I decided when this whole situation came up, like, listen, I'm not allowing this situation to control who I am, but what I will do is utilize this time to reflect and to refocus and to renew, reclaim how I want my life to look. That's what I did. So I was talking to another friend of mine and we was talking about that. Like, what are you doing with this time? If your state, your city, your country or whatever is on lockdown, what are you doing with this time? Are you just drowning in sorrow? Are you just like, oh my gosh, I wish you know what I mean? Where are you at? Or are you saying, you know what? Before everything kind of open back up and start flowing again, I want to create a new me. I'm going to create a new version of me. I'm going to hit the reset button on who I am and what is it that I'm going to get out of life. That's where your mindset needs to be. You know what I mean? You need to regenerate yourself at this point in your life. If you don't like the way your life was looking before this whole situation, this is the perfect excuse. And I say don't use excuses, but I will give you that. Use this as an excuse to regenerate yourself, okay? To do anew, to do a makeover. However that looks to you. However that looks to you. There's so many people, guys, that have lost it all and came back stronger than ever before. But it's up to you. As TD Jake says, it's not what people think and say about you. It's what you think and say about yourself. Nelson Mandela. Who don't know Nelson Mandela? Another one was incarcerated. 20-something years? Came out to be the doggone president. Ha! Come on, y'all. We gotta change our mindset and no, without a shadow of a doubt. that this is just a new beginning for you. And that is the mindset we need to have. I'm going to seize this moment. I'm going to seize this season of my life and allow this to become a new version of myself. Allow this to become a new path. Discover whatever talents, whatever gifts that has been hidden away, or maybe that I hid away myself, or maybe that, I just didn't want to acknowledge because maybe I was just a little, afraid of what people will think, afraid of what people will say, things of that nature. We can't worry about that. That's why I say, a lot of times it's good to just be quiet about what you're doing. It's good to just work on whatever it is you're pursuing. And then once it's done, bam, set it out. Just let it go. You know what I mean? Let it take a life on its own. That's what I did with this podcast show. If you've been following the podcast show, I share that with y'all a lot. That, when God put this show on my heart and was like, yeah, I want you to be transparent. Yeah, tell everybody about your life. Tell everybody what you've been through. Tell everybody what you're going through. I was like, no, please no. Because I was a private person, and to an extent. Yes, I was always talkative and always, social and all of that. But when it came to my life and what was going on, what wasn't going right, I wasn't ready to share that with people. I didn't want people in my business. And I'm still private to an extent, But I shared things that, I know people need encouragement about. I share the stories that I've been through to just let you know, like, yo, if I can do it, I'm just a regular person just like you. I bleed red, blue, however you want to say it, just like you. You know what I mean? I might be a different shade than you, but I got the same skeleton in my body and nervous system and all and organs and everything in my body just like you. You hear what I'm saying? The only difference is I might think different than you. You hear what I'm saying? I might think about myself more of the way I'm supposed to as God thinks about me. Now, was I always that way? No. And I realized that last week I said in the show, I am the happiest in my life, or something like that, to that effect. And I reflected on that today, and I was like, well, God, I'm not that I've been happy in my life before. Like, why would I say this is the happiest I've ever been, or something like that? That's what I think I said last week. And I'm like, no, this is one of the happiest moments. But then God was saying to me, as I was reflecting on that, I'm like in my bathroom and I'm fixing my hair or whatever. It was like, no, you really are the happiest, because now you know that happiness is not attached to any person, thing, place. It just is. And I was like, wow. Because see, before you realize, a lot of people think that happiness is attached to a person, a thing, money, materialistic stuff, like having this stuff. You get what I'm saying? Having the biggest house, the flyest car, the best relationship, being the best at your job, having the top. You're the executive, you have the best title, you're the most popular person in your school or in your job or whatever. We think that that's what happiness is, that's what it's attached to, when in reality, happiness just is. It's just a state of being happy. So when God spoke that to me, I was like, wow. Because I'm like, I was happy when I had my son. I was happy. I'm like naming all of this stuff. And yes, I was. But the thing is, now I really know what being happy really is. Now, of course, we all want to have a person in our lives and be happy with that person, or we all want to have, money, and we all want to have nice things and all of this. But when you realize that happiness just is, then that's when you know that all of that stuff is a bonus. That's like added at happiness. You get what I'm saying? That's just like you just getting double the happiness. I'll say it that way. Because you shouldn't need anything or anyone or any type of status or any title to feel happy. Because what happens when all of that goes away? That's what God showed me. What happens if, you lose everything, just like these people that I just named? Then that means that what? You can't be happy? That means that you can't just enjoy yourself. You can't enjoy life. You can't and have gratitude for the now, for your present, and appreciate that, okay, I've lost everything, but guess what? I have an opportunity to start fresh, to start from scratch, to start with the fresh canvas in life. Just like an artist that finished one picture, and then maybe that artist might sell that picture, and that picture is gone, and that artist was so happy when they was painting that picture and creating and being creative and creating this masterpiece. And now, I'm so mad. I can't videotape. And now the masterpiece is gone. It's gone. Because why? Because they sold it. So, now what do they have to do? They have to create a whole new masterpiece. They got to start from scratch, fresh new canvas. What colors am I going to use on this picture? My last picture had a lot of green and red and blue in it. This picture, I think I want to go with yellow and orange. And you get what I'm saying? This is the mentality we need to have. As if your life is just this canvas and you get to paint a new picture of yourself each season of your life. Each time change comes about, you change with it and you paint a new picture of you and how your life is going to flow. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all know I talk a lot about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is another one. He worked so hard, took him so long to get to the whole Apple computer, and the whole Apple, corporation and things of that nature. This man was the co-founder of Apple. And how is it that he was the co-founder of Apple, and then they go and hire someone from a 500 Fortune company, and then later on the person that they hired fired him from his own company? What kind of what kind of stuff is that? How you get fired from the company that you created? But did Steve Jobs say, oh, shoot, it's over? Heck no, that man went and created a whole nother company. And then they wound up having to rehire him back. Because why? He was a damn creator. So who going to do the job the best? Who going to create and take things to the next level? But the person that God put the vision on. This is what I'm talking about, guys. When God gives you a vision and a dream, nobody can steal it. Like I said, I had somebody call themselves trying to steal some of my visions. You know what I mean? Went and did the whole situation and tried to act like it was their idea. And then I had to go and change up everything. Yeah, I was at that time, in that moment, I was flaming. I was mad. I was disappointed because this was a person that I thought was like my roadie, you know what I mean? And I shared this information with them and they took it and ran with it for themselves, without all the research. And I had did research and I had been working on this, and they took all the information I shared with them and took it and ran with it. I mean, it didn't, flow the way it was supposed to, the way I, had in my mindset. But what that did was push me. It pushed me to learn new things and to come and repaint and start from a new canvas and paint a whole new picture. And from that moment on, I learned it opened up so many other doors for me. And I learned so many other things that now has given me the capability. Like, I've had clients and branding work and all of that stuff because I wanted to know I wanted to go beyond the beyond. That just ticked me off so bad that I just was like, you know what? I'm about to do the damn thing. Instead of using that as a moment of, it's over, because I had been working on that idea for a while, and I was excited about it and I was passionate about it. I didn't take it and say, okay, it's over then. Oh, well, damn. No, I let that fuel my fire. I let that put me in a mindset of, I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. That's right, I bring out the song LL Cool J. But I'm just saying, that's the feeling I had at that moment. That's how I felt. And I'm grateful to God that that's how I've learned to channel my energy. And I can say that's how I've been all my life. When people do things and call themselves getting over, or, you know what I'm saying? Or just, going behind my back and doing some old shicey stuff, in my past, it made me go further. I didn't go into the whole, bashing the person, because I know and they know. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, why am I going to waste my energy on bashing somebody and giving them even more attention? That's just not how you need to move on, and just take your energy and place it, build that ball of fire up so that that flame will burn so high when you release what it is that you're working on. You hear what I'm saying? Be quiet with it. That's what taught me, that lesson is what taught me how to be quiet. How to just, you know what? Keep my little dreams to myself. I'm going to take my little power dreams on over here and just keep them to myself until they're ready. Until that cake is baked. You know what I'm saying? You know how you baking a cake and you just look in the oven like, it's not done yet. And you got to creep. Because if you open up the oven too fast, the cake will fall. So you got to take your time and open up the oven real small, and just peep and see if it look like it's done. But then, boy, when that cake is done, you can enjoy. So I'm just going to leave y'all with these thoughts. Whatever is going on in your life right now, whatever changes were forced upon you because of this pandemic, whatever that looks like in your life, I need you to take a step back. I need you to take a couple deep breaths. Woosah. And I need you to start mapping out the new you. I need you to get your notebook and start writing. Start writing how you want your life to look. What do you want for yourself? Notice I didn't say what do you want for others to want of you? No, what do you want for you? What do you want for you? You get what I'm saying? We get so caught up in others. Well, if I do this, then, Mary Sue, she might get mad, and Bobby Joe, I don't know where these names come from. They might not like me no more. No, what do you want for you guys? Straight up, visionary dreamers. We only get one shot at this lifetime that we're in, and we could come back time and time again. But right now, this lifetime that we're in, how do you want your life to look? And what is it that you know in your heart you need to do to make it happen? What are the steps you need to take? Write them down in steps. Don't think of the whole picture as a whole and get overwhelmed and then be like, you know what? F it. It's too much to do. No. One step at a time, guys. One step at a time. Put one foot in front of the other. I think I sang that. That song came up on my other show. Y'all remember that, Heat Miser? But I really need y'all to do that. Just put one step in front of the other, guys. And no, if you got to research other people that have took a huge fall and got back up to be your motivation. I share this one last person, Les Brown. That's one of my favorite people. He was talking about how he was wanting to buy his mom a house so bad. And he went out and brought his mom a house, not knowing the real process of buying a house and the research behind it and what he needed to check on and stuff like that. And come to find out, the house had a lien on it. And after they got comfortable in the house, him and his mom, they got comfortable in the house. He was so proud of himself. He achieved this dream that he set forth to do for his mom. And they had to leave because the lien was like $50-something thousand, and he didn't have it. This is before he became real big, Les Brown. And he was so embarrassed. His pride just was like, damn, I don't want to tell my mom that we got to roll. How am I going to tell her that? They had to roll. The mom was like, look, I ain't even like this house because the steps be hurting my knees. He like, why you didn't tell me? And she like, because it made you happy. And since it made you happy, I just basically rolled with it. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes we be thinking in our head that, if we act a certain way or we be a certain, have a certain amount of money or materialistic things, that a person will like us more, or that we will be accepted more in the world and things of that nature. No, that's what you think. Some people ain't even caring about that. You don't even know. But in your mindset, because you're not realizing that you are enough just as you are. You are enough to make your dreams become a reality. You have enough, you are enough, and you have the capability to do enough to make your dreams, your visions, and your goals become a reality, no matter how many times you fall. Because if you look up most successful people's stories, they will tell you they have failed time and time and time and time and time and time and time. I don't even have enough time to tell you how many times. They can tell you they have failed and they fell back before they were able to get up. Okay, guys? So just remember that. So I'm going to roll out now. And I really hope that y'all get it like I get it. I know life can be hard. It can be a challenge. Trust me, I know. But that's why God chose me as one of the people to come on here and to encourage you and to inspire you and to motivate you, to let you know that everything is always possible to him that believes. You are what you believe. Who are you believing yourself to be? Recognize that, guys. So with that being said, I love you guys. I truly do. And I thank you again for tuning in, listening. Hope you always stay to the end. And you share the show. Get a show to somebody that you know. It will inspire. It will uplift. It will encourage. Because this show is about helping you to become the best version of yourself. And like I always say, disclaimer, this show is not just for you. It's for me too. Okay? Know this and understand that, okay? So until next Sunday, make sure that you go cop the books, Visionary Dreamers, 90-Day Journal, and Transform Your Life, both available on Amazon. Type in the book section, April, ADionne Williams, they should come up. And thank you for all that purchased the books. And again, follow me on IG, YouTube and all that. And I actually put a video of the last show, a little snippet, and I'm going to start doing that every week, a snippet of this show in video form. So hit the notification bell so y'all can know. Okay, so until next Sunday, I love you guys. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary, folk. Doing the damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Peace.
The Chronicles of Livin.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesoflivin.com or stay connected through social media by following @Chronicles of Livin. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.